Hi boys and girls. Today we're going to talk about some numbers. But before we do, I need you to go get a few of your supplies. One thing I need you to get is your bag of Play-Doh. And the other thing I need you to get is your sensory paint bag. Once you have those items, you may come back to the video. So go ahead and pause it and I'll see you in a second. We're going to start with the Play-Doh. So you're going to get the Play-Doh out. And you're going to actually need to make 10 little balls. So I'm going to peel off a piece of my Play-Doh and I'm going to roll it in my hands. You can roll it on the table if it makes it better for you. And you don't have to make it perfect at all because we're actually going to smush it down a little bit because we are going to read a story called 10 Little Ladybugs. And this story was written by Melanie Girth and illustrated by Laura Hulskis-Baith. And it was published by a company that has a really cool name known as Piggy Toes Press. I want to thank all of those people who wrote this book and are allowing me to read it to you right now during this difficult time. So the reason I want you to make little balls of Play-Doh is because as we read this story, we are going to do something with these little balls of Play-Doh. So you're going to need to pause the video one more time and you're going to need to roll out 10 little balls and put them in a line in front of the screen. I will show you an example of what I did. I had to get my Play-Doh played out again, and I actually made 2 rows of 5, like a 10 frame that we've been talking about in school. You'll notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 underneath. My plate is not long enough for a long row of 10. So if you want to be extra smart math person today, go ahead and make it like this. Or if you want to make it into a circle, into a line, then go ahead and make 10 balls in a line. And then when you are done with that task, start your video again. So go ahead and pause it right now. Great. So in order to read this story in a fun way, you're going to need your Play-Doh and you're going to use it as like a little manipulative as I read the story. I'm going to pause the story every once in a while and get out my green Play-Doh plate and do something with these little ladybugs. I think you'll catch on real quick, so hold on. Let's start our story. 10 Little Ladybugs. Look at that color. There's the number 10. 10 little ladybugs sitting on a vine. Along came a butterfly. And then there were, butterflies must like to eat ladybugs. 9. Ooh, this is going to be a counting backwards book. 10, 9, and there's a little rhyming going on too. 9 little ladybugs skipping on a gate. Along came a caterpillar, and then there were, whoops, not 7, 8. Phew! I had a page issued there, didn't I? So let's pause this story for 1 minute and let's go take a look at the Play-Doh ladybugs that you made. It started with 10 and then 1 got eaten by a ladybug and that made it 9. And then another one got eaten and it got left to 8. Let's see if I take 2 away, if I really have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. Now if I go back to my book, let's see if there's still 8 ladybugs on the leaf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So your Play-Doh pieces should match the ladybugs that are in this book. And that is the number 8. So I'm going to reread this page again. It says, 8 little ladybugs looking up at heaven. Along came a bird, and then there were, well, we know this. Heaven rhymes with 7. 7 little ladybugs resting on the sticks. Along came a grasshopper, and then there were 6. And the 6 has the circle sitting on the bottom. Let's see if there's 6 ladybugs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are. So now let's catch up a little bit with our Play-Doh pieces. We had 8 And then in the story they said, take away another one and there's 7. Take away another one and there is 6. Let's see if this looks like 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you make it so that you have 6 ladybugs sitting in front of you and the others are to the side? Nice job. Back to our story. I know it's a lot of flipping back and forth today. So here we have the 6 ladybugs. So I'm going to reread this page. 6 little ladybugs flying near a hive. Along came a bumblebee. Then there were, if you said 5, 5 and hive rhyme, there's the number 5. Let's count our ladybugs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you take one of your Play-Doh pieces away, you should have 5 left. 4 little ladybugs climbing up a tree. Along came a turtle, and then there were, if you said 3, you are right. There's the number 3. 1, 2, 3. Now there's 3 left. 3 little ladybugs drinking up dew. Along came a duck, and then there were 2. 2 little ladybugs basking in the sun. Along came a frog, and then there was 1. So now we got to back up, because when I last showed you my Play-Doh plate, we had 3 ladybugs. Then there were 2. Then there was 1. Oh my, the pages in this book and I are not getting along today. 1 little ladybug sitting all alone. Along came a breeze. And then she was home. Oh my goodness. They didn't get eaten. Phew! I was so worried. It looks like they all just kind of flew away with those different animals to have a little party. Oh, that makes me so happy. So now, if you take a look at your plate, you can take that one that was sitting all alone, or your plate or your line, and you can add them back in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now I have 10 again. I would love it if you and the adult in your house would practice counting from 1 to 10 and touching all of these objects. You could practice taking 2 away or 3 away at a time and coming up with a new number. One more thing I want to do with you before it's time to go is I'd love to practice writing some of those numbers that we just read about on our paint sensory bags. And so, if you'll get yours out, we're only going to practice a couple. You've been doing some of these in your home learning packets. Let's start with the number 1. 1 is just a straight line down. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. 1 is represented by 1 Play-Doh ball or 1 ladybug. Go ahead and erase it. Now, what comes after 1? If you said 2, you are right. Let's make the number 2. Now this one's tricky, so I'm going to show you again. This one is a curve, then a slanty line, and then a straight short line that goes out like that. Always start your numbers at the top, just like your letters. It's a curve, slanty line, and then a straight line. And there's the number 2. What should we do next? Should we keep going in order? Okay, let's do that up to 5 today. 1, 2, 3. That is right, boys and girls. So you want to make a curvy line and a curvy line and make a 3. Let's try that again. Curvy line, and make a 3. And if you say that is similar to a B, you are right. If I had a B, I would just make a line like this. Okay? And after 3 comes what? 1, 2, 3. If you said 4, you are right. 4s are a little tricky. They take a little bit of extra work. You have to make a straight line down and stop. Then you have to go over like you're making an L, but a small L. And then you want to bring this all the way down, and then you've got the number 4. Let's try that again. Straight line down, but stop. Go over and make a long L, and then go all the way down and make the number 4. Excellent. So 4 looks like 4 fingers. 4 also can look like 4 Play-Dohs, Play-Doh pieces, ladybugs, whatever you want to call them. And the last number we're going to practice writing today is the number 5. 5 is tricky. We didn't get to do this one in school, so here we go. When we make a 5, we start with a straight line down and a curve around, and then we put a hat on top. That's the number 5. You have 5 fingers on one hand. Some of you have already turned 5, and if I wanted to make 5, it would be like the top row of my 10 frame. That would be 5. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's go back to our sensory bag one more time, and let's make the number 5 again. Ready? Line down, curvy line around, hat on top, and there's the number 5. Keep practicing your numbers, boys and girls, with the adults and big kids at your house, and use your sensory bag to write your name, to write your letters, to write numbers, and use your Play-Doh to count things and play with all kinds of things, because the more you practice, the better you're going to get. Thanks for listening to my story about the 10 little ladybugs, and thank you very much for being patient with all of the different things you had to use today. Have a great day. Remember to wash your hands. Stay well. I miss you tons. Have a great one. Bye-bye.